here. Now, I don't know what the cellar looks like, but they'll have a security briefcase with them. Larger than normal. Big enough to hold the artifact. We should split up. The code phrase to identify yourself as the buyer is Ramsey and Travers.
It's not like people who trade in stolen goods are eager to share personally identifying information.
Code phrases? Under different circumstances, Walter, I think you might have made an adequate smuggler.
Remember, Ramsey and Travers. We'll meet back near the elevator.
What is it? Can't you see I'm busy drinking? Oh, really? I heard you all have a meeting in a few minutes, don't you? In one of those fancy VIP lounges? Speaking of which, I gotta get going myself. Excuse me.
Just saw our seller walk by. Good job. That's not surprising. This is a deal over stolen property, after all. Anything could go wrong.
Now, before we head in there, let me go over the ground rules. He'll ask for twice what we agreed on. That's normal. He'll probably try to walk out. That's normal, too. Don't worry about the amount we actually settle on. The Stroud-Eklund Discretionary Fund is just a chip to you and me. Our goal is to get him to accept that chip in exchange for the artifact. Anything goes as long as it's in our hands, and we're not dead. How does that sound? Let's just try it my way first, Remember, that man is selling the artifact for a reason. He might be nefarious, but he might just be desperate. If everyone walks away with what they want, I'll call it a success.
So you're Stroud. You look different in person.
Our public relations always insists on doing some touch-ups for the official photos. Embarrassing, really.
Your security here going to stand or sit for this little meeting, making me nervous. So polite. Almost makes me forget what planet I'm on.
Am I to assume that briefcase has our item of interest?
Yeah, here it is.
Well, look at that.
One of a kind. And I know you want it.
I have the amount we agreed on.
Things have changed. I want double.
Now, how am I supposed to do that?
I don't know, but your security here seems to have some fancy gear. Why don't they chip in? Oh, really? And how do you know that? Who talked?
Does it matter? We know you're in a fix, and we're still willing to buy. For the agreed-upon amount.
I got people after me, okay? I can't just settle on what we agreed on. I need more so I can disappear.
That's not our problem. We came here expecting one amount. Now you want another.
You telling me Walter Stroud ain't got the cash? I'll walk out of this booth right now. What the? Security!
As you can see, we're in control. Take advantage of our generosity. Take the money.
All right. Okay. It's all yours. Hope I never see any of you people ever again.
We have it. This couldn't have gone better.
Well done. Some high-pressure tactics, but we got what we were after. Time to go home.
If
Shall we?
you'll excuse me, I need to get out of town. Enjoy that thing, whatever it is.
Stop right there. You're in possession of Slayton Aerospace property.
Ah. Slayton must have been the original owner. We don't need to do this. All's fair on Neon. Am I right?
Hand over Mr. Slayton's property. Now. It's my employer's property. That's all I need to know. You gonna make me shoot you? Not happening. I'm listening. Hold on. Let's keep Neon Security out of this. Huh. All right. But Nicholas Slayton isn't a man you want after you. Good luck with that.
Sending on men to the Astral Lounge. Slayton must be serious about getting the artifact back. We'd better get off the planet quickly. Something's gone wrong, hasn't it?
Slayton has put a bounty on your heads. He's greased a few palms. Your ship's been impounded at the spaceport.
There goes our way out. The CEO of Slayton Aerospace. They're a systems manufacturer. Engines, thrusters. The same way everything works on Neon. Money. It's terrible at keeping secrets. Agreed. Have a talk with the man himself.
Slayton Aerospace has offices here in the trade tower. If Nicholas is moving this quickly, he must be there or close by.
Let's head to their lobby, shall we? See if we can make an appointment.
Over at Kelcorp, she's too good for Neon. Sounds like she's trying to help someone or something. Honestly, I kind of tuned her out.
Hoping to get a meeting? I've been waiting all day. It's ridiculous.
Welcome to Slayton Aerospace. Can I help you? I'm afraid Mr. Slayton is a very busy man. No, he isn't. Maybe I could squeeze you in. Let me see. We weren't expecting a VIP to come through today. Let me just run a few checks. Oh, I think we can make an exception in your case. Mr. Slayton will see you. Just use the elevator.
I hear Slayton's had some major layoffs recently.
Wait. This clearly isn't the executive level. He's on to us.
Walter, taking what's mine and then breaking into my office. A bold move, but one easily countered.
Oh, we're trapped.
Hello, Walter, dear, are you there?
Issa?
Took longer than I'd like, but I managed to pay off one of Slayton's security consultants. They've patched me in.
All right. We've got her out. Once the door's open, just follow her instructions, okay? For the moment, Slayton will be scrambling his own security teams once he gets wind that we're no longer at his mercy. Our time. I'm aware of the irony of me continuing to say it'll be easy. But it'll be easy.
Doors will open in 3, 2, 1. Slayton's guards and employees are all over. Be careful. Okay. You'll want to use the vent system to slip around unnoticed. There's a cupboard just to the right of the elevator you came in on. Is on full alert. No point slipping through unnoticed now.
Always worth checking. Never know what you might find in their pockets.
and shut down that robot remotely. Got it. They're scrambling the protocols. I doubt that'll work.
Cannot beat me. Take your best shot. I cannot This is hopeless. I'm out. I can't do this. I'm out of here.
There's the door. It should take you outside.
You expect us to climb up the trade tower?
There's a series of catwalks that lead directly up one floor to the executive level.
Well, I guess after you.
You're coming in just behind the executive elevators. I'll call the one on the far end, and you can walk right over the top.
You know, it's moments like this that really makes Neon the best place to do business. You steal what's mine. I trap you in the city. You infiltrate my office. I lock it down. Where else can you match wits for the highest stakes but here? You have what's mine. I, indirectly, have what's yours. We are at a stalemate. Although, I do count a few more guns on my side. I do admit, having the co-CEO of Stroud Eklund in my office is quite the opportunity.
How are your quarterlies looking, Nicholas? Perhaps we can add Slayton Aerospace to our supply chain, provided this unpleasantness was behind us.
Yes, I think that could be a most beneficial exchange. There is just the small matter of paying for the humiliation. Mr. Musgrove, my former employee, and the thief responsible for our serendipitous meeting, was caught prior to your arrival. I think it would cement our new partnership if you were to decide on his sentence yourselves. If that is your decision, you need only tell him yourself, and then we will handle the rest.
Assuming there is no information we are lacking, that seems reasonable.
My security brought Musgrove to my office. I'm sure seeing you again will be a fine conclusion to your previous business.
Just let him go. No sense in more violence. We have an opportunity to spare a man's life. I know he probably wouldn't do the same to us.
Oh no. You. Slayton really does have a sick sense of humor. "10 years working in aerospace engineering, and they laid me off. You damn right I stole that thing. They tell you if you have talent and commitment, you can go far. But the truth is, it's all about who steals the most and gets away with it. Slayton took it all. Probably in one of his secure accounts somewhere.
I'll settle up with him later. Arbitration, lawyers, all that nonsense.
Please, I was just trying to sell a product, okay? Isn't that why we're all here?
Be lenient. We were taking advantage of his initiative, after all, even if we have found ourselves working with the man he stole from.
Shit.
This is not right, and you know it!
I'm happy to see that we have a new ruthless competitor in Neon. Go ahead, kill him.
Time to go. Let's talk more back at the ship.
Did they have anything of value?
Wouldn't you agree, Walter?
I'm going to be sick.
The famous Stroud Eklund conscience bears its head. Don't worry, Walter. You'll be just like the rest of us eventually.
want to tear themselves to shreds, let them. As long as all that stays up in the plaza.
Off immediately, or are there other matters that require your attention?
I told myself I'd never cross. Do you really think we did the right thing back there? There was no other way. I can't argue with that. I'm just used to costs only being measured in money whenever I...
It is rarely only money, Walter. Now you have seen that.
Well, I may not agree. I don't often get a chance to work in the field. So, thank you.
When you
got a moment?
There's something
Let's catch up.
To discuss.
Ship's ready. Any stuff.
Orbital insertion completed.
You hold something you have no right to. My people have killed for this. But I will offer you one chance to hand over the artifact and turn away from this path.
That's not any type of ship I recognize.
The fact that you do not know says much. We are the Starborn, and you are unworthy to possess the artifacts.
I do not recall that we asked your permission.
Tell us, please. What are the artifacts? What are they for? Did you make them? What gives you more right to them than humanity?
Answering your questions is exactly what we cannot allow. Abandon your thirst for knowledge, or drown in it. The more you understand, the more damage you will do.
How could just knowing what you are be dangerous?
Our distance from you is the whole point. We interfere now because we must.
I'm not liking what I'm seeing on the scans. The energy output from that ship is far above the normal range. If we spin up the grav drive now, we have a chance. We'll get through this. Hold on.
Got a minute to chat? Maybe a few minutes. Probably not hours, though. But no guarantees.
I have something I need to discuss with you.
The Starborn will be hunting you now. Give up your search for answers.
shall be on our
Cold-blooded
way.
murder was a line I told myself I'd never cross. Do you really think we did the right thing back there? There was no other way. I can't argue with that. I'm just used to costs only being measured in money whenever I can help it.
It is rarely only money, Walter. Now you have seen that.
Well, I may not agree with every outcome, but you did everything to accomplish our goals and more. I don't often get a chance to work in the field. So, thank you.
Ready for takeoff in 3, 2, excellent. It's hard work, trust me. Step by sometime. Let's talk. Just us adventurers, okay? We're at Apogee, surrounded by stars and the vastness
You
of
hold
space.
something you have no right to. My people have killed for this. But I will offer you one chance to hand over the artifact and turn away from this path.
Oh, that's not any type of ship I recognize.
You say that now, but your kind is not ready for the artifacts. The Starborn know what you are capable of.
That is a very broad statement applied to a very select few. I find it reductive and insulting.
Tell us, please. What are the artifacts? What are they for? Did you make them? What gives you more right to them than humanity?
Answering your questions is exactly what we cannot allow. Abandon your thirst for knowledge or drown in it. We are growing impatient. Cease your attempts to stall for time.
But you speak our language.
We know everything about you. That is why your kind cannot have the artifact. The more you understand, the more damage you will do.
How could just knowing what you are be dangerous?
Our distance from you is the whole point. We interfere now because we must.
I'm not liking what I'm seeing on the scans. Energy output from that ship is far above the normal range. If we spin up the grav drive now, we have a chance. We'll get through this. Hold on.
We should
So
have
now
it
is the best
when you have the time, of course.
I need to talk with you later.
Seems to be where we left it.
Cold-blooded murder was a line
can't argue with that.
It is rarely.
Well, I may not agree. I don't.
This never gets old. Hey, pass it around. Definitely do yourself. Really listen to Barrett's dulcet voice right now. Then instead of dreaming about me, stop by and say hello, okay?
Aim point reached. Orbit stable.
You hold something you have. Hold? The fact that you do not
I do not.
Tell us.
answering your question. The more you
How could you?
our distance.
I'm not like. If we spin up the. We'll get through this. Hold on.
Hey, if you have time, I've been thinking about some things. Wanted to talk to you about it.
We should have a talk. When you have the time, of course.
Grab jump spinning down.
Calculation part of my brain is in overdrive. We need to regroup.
Scan complete.
The lodge.
Go ahead and land.
Tell Noel to analyze the data.
Agreed, we should not delay. Not spend as much time here as some of the others, but I appreciate that I was still given my own room.
How is Neon? Are you okay? Okay. I'll start transferring the data over now. Let me just bring it up on here at the table. Is that a prototype? No, that material isn't anything we... What the... Everyone, come take a look at this.
That's no faction vessel or Crimson Fleet. Secret military tech, maybe?
No United Colonies Admiral approved that starship design.
They call themselves the Starborn. Demanded we hand over the artifact. Like we were children, playing with their parents' things.
What do people know? Any offshoot groups go by that name?
None in any corner of the settled systems I've seen. Maybe a distant human colony finally popping its head up. Another house for Rune.
I very much doubt that.
We ignoring the obvious here? A heretofore unknown group who just happens to know about the artifacts. I'm just gonna say it. Intelligent alien life, or extra-dimensional beings. The original creators from the furthest fringes of space.
Or beyond even that. Is the metaphor of avenging angels coming down to keep humanity from forbidden knowledge not apt here?
So, we have a lot of theories, but nothing concrete. Except that they're after the artifacts, and they're willing to take them by force.
Or what Walter said. They were acting like a parent, worried their children are playing with something they don't understand.
So, they're strong-arming us for our own good? That doesn't sound very divinely benevolent to me.
Some glints of shine in the dark. Ready to hand them out as soon as you please.
Something I'd like to discuss.
I may regret this. There's something I'd like to ask you about.
I feel like I've been waiting my whole life for this.
You got time
Constellation,
for a quick
the
chat? Appreciate it
artifacts.
when you're able.
That doesn't sound crazy, does it?
We've always considered ourselves explorers, but this really is uncharted territory, isn't it?
You had a hell of a shake, getting bullied in the void. Starborn sure know how to make an entrance. Ready to head back out there? The Eye can help you find the artifacts, but I'm afraid she's blind to our new competitor. No telling the exact number, but they're getting harder to find. Got some equipment, repairs, and upgrades on the making-do list. The Eye's straining to her limits these days. Double-check the safety and locks wherever you go, okay? Exploration's dangerous, even without some nefarious group trying to kill you.
I hope you are satisfied with...
I have things for you.
You might want this.
that we are here, what will be our next course of action?
Lifting off now.
I hear Constellation has been connecting a ton.
It's very quiet out in space. You would think there would be trumpets wherever you go.
Grab drive down, we can't jump!
Yes, we're here. Look at those gates.
This is Research Outpost U-309 to any and all Freestar Collective craft. We are under heavy fire. Hostile spacers are overrunning our position on Altair 2. I'm not sure how much longer our outpost can hold on. We don't have much time. Private Mahoney out.
Landing site is clear. Let's head down.
amount to something. Winner takes all is the phrase, is it not? Bring it! Never would I have imagined to encounter something like these Starborn. Now I feel that rather than having answers, we only have more questions. Yes, by any meaning of the word. Regardless of how impossible they may have seemed before now, I must say that I do not like being threatened by anyone. If so, what would that be? Clearly, these Starborn are connected to the artifacts, which would mean that they are also connected to that temple you found. Did they make these things? Have they appropriated them? This all implies there is something more, something we do not yet understand. You are right. And it would seem that if we do, we may well cross paths with these Starborn again. We will need to be on our guard from now on. They seem to know much about us. Perhaps we can learn more about them to make it even. We should return to our search then. There's still so much to do. Hello. You do not need to ask me if you may ask. You may just ask. Very good. Do you have a favorite restaurant here? Mine is currently Whetstone, but it changes. It sometimes amuses me to think about what goes on here, right under the United Colony's collective nose.
Look at how far we've come. It's all becoming so overwhelming. The Starborn, the artifact visions, the music. Is it all worth it?
Mateo, are you having a crisis of faith? You?
What if the Starborn are right? What if our hunt for the artifacts is a fool's errand, doomed to failure and catastrophe?
You think we're doing the wrong thing? We just want answers. Isn't that why we all joined in the first place? The noble quest of discovery?
Agreed. We should not abandon our mission when things become difficult.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to shame either of you. Blame the workings of a worried mind. I just hope that this journey doesn't turn us into something that we wouldn't recognize from where we are now.
Hate to interrupt, but I have a favor to ask. Lot of equipment on the Eye has reached the span's end. If we're going to find more artifacts further out, we need work done. Got the nods and signs from Sarah and Walter for the materials, but I need hands. Console parts, replacement wires that have burned out, some fixes to the intercom between the station and the lodge. Won't be going alone. Need more than just the you and I. Asked around. A few constellations are already on their way up.
I've got some stuff on my mind. When you have the time.
I hope you are satisfied with the quarters available to you.
I get to stand near you, breathing the same air. I've got to have every molecule.
Setting up some software. Want to test the computer over there? Help Vladimir code up this system the first time. How did this work again? Now that is...
Lend a hand? Just grab a wrench. Should be quick.
Forgot to check the math on a few equations. The brain's long gone. Forgetfulness. You color the wrong wires. Station showing red. Bad. Nastier than I measured. Figured a few of the parts might be iffy, but this is going to take more than a span.
Oh, I should have checked the compatibility when we made the order. I can stay with you until we get all this fixed.
No need for the martyr's clothes, but I'm happy to have the help. As for you, while we're giving the Eye the swords, need to tip your ear on another matter when you got the time.
I wanted to talk to you, but honestly, I don't know where to begin. The Starborn's technology is simply astonishing. It's just almost too much to process. Yes, I suppose I am. But you can hardly blame me, can you? You do understand the significance of this encounter, don't you? This is humankind's first contact with what I believe is an alien race. A race with technology that could be far superior to our own. Oh, we could learn so much from them. The way they behaved, I'd say that's not very likely. If we are to learn anything from the Starborn, we're going to have to take the initiative ourselves. That's what disturbs me. Can't be a coincidence that these Starborn suddenly appeared after your experience at that temple. We know they're here to lay claim to the artifacts, but what's their true motivation? What aren't they telling us? They're certainly hostile, but I don't think they're here to completely annihilate us, or they would have done so already. Damn. Oh, if only we knew more about the Starborn. What their species is like, where they're from, how they're able to speak our language. I feel like a cadet on my very first day aboard a spaceship. My mind is absolutely swimming with questions. No, not time travelers. I don't think the science is there to support that theory. Their name alone, Starborn. There's some type of hidden meaning there. Something that feels very old, perhaps even ancient. Whatever the case may be, I can assure you that Constellation intends to get to the bottom of this mystery. I'm not really sure. Scientifically speaking, we're all born from the stars. Most of the chemical components of our body, carbon, oxygen, sulfur, are exactly the same as those manufactured by internal stellar reactions. Now, ask someone like Matteo the same question, and he'd probably give a more theological answer. But hey, it's all a guessing game anyway. To a degree, yes. Every bit of exploration comes with inherent risk. If we continue to avoid life's mysteries, we'll barely make progress as a species. Thank you. I really appreciate your support right now. You know, it's funny. When I was a little girl, I'd lay on the ground and stare up at the stars. I was absolutely convinced they held a secret. I'd remain there for hours in silence, eyes closed, listening, waiting for the secret to be whispered in my ear. This encounter with the Starborn is that moment to me. The stars are finally whispering, and I need to hear what they have to say. Although I'm flattered that you think of me that way, there's a time and a place for that sort of talk. This is definitely not one of them. Well then, I've certainly wasted enough of your valuable time. Just do be careful if you cross paths with these Starborn in the future. I wouldn't want to lose one of the most valuable members of Constellation.
Still need to lift another set today. Been dragging, shoulder stiff. Don't want to worry anyone, but we got more competition. Not Starborn, rival collector. Captain Petrov owns a salvager vessel called the Scow. Runs it like a palace of novelties. And he's got a new prize in his collection. Reached out through my hand-to-hands to see if we can do an honest swap. He says the rock ain't for sale for any price. Think we're gonna need a crowbar and bag for this one. He's got a reputation for seeing the gold in things, but he's no lab coat. Thinking he knows it's unique, but not why. All the more reason to clutch tightly. Left the life of a Jacob once behind myself. I know what I'm asking. But I see a clutch prize not up for the prying any other way. Not sending you lone hook on the job. I want Sam with you on this one. You two will be foot to foot the whole way, so make sure you're ready. Catch a smile out there.
Right? I'd appreciate a chat.
I hope you're having a good day.
Any day you make it through is a victory in my book.
Has anyone... This is so cool! Being part of your crew is just the best.
Our captain is not taking visitors. No one uninvited boards the scow. Captain's orders. The captain does love flatterers. We could use the money. I don't know if you'll convince the captain, though. All right. I'll clear you to dock. Keep yourself out of trouble, or we'll have every hired gun in the cargo bay after you.
I'm sure whoever's in that ship will be thrilled to see you.
let you on board. But Petrov was done hiring mosquitoes. Or maybe you're after something from the captain's collection. Well, he calls us. Some old Earth term. Oh yes, the Rock. He's not selling it. But if you want to hear him laugh in your face personally, go right ahead.
You might find we can be really persuasive. About rocks. We just love rocks.
Go on then. Strewn about all over. The good stuff's locked up in a vault for Petrov's own personal viewing pleasure. And before you ask, Petrov's the only one with the keys, so don't try bribing any of the crew. You'll just waste your money. Trade it for it. Some dusty hauling ore from the fringe. Was glad when he left. It's all shakes and muttering. Petrov's got a whole little alien zoo in the back. He's asking for trouble with those things. But the locks on the cages are pretty high-end.
You got time for a quick chat? I'd appreciate it when you're able.
Don't know why Petrov pays for all this junk, but at least he pays.
Welcome to Petrov's Palace of Peculiarities, the pinnacle of perfect procurement, the penultimate panopticon of prosperity. Ha ha ha!
I wasn't aware we had visitors. Wadik, you didn't tell me we had visitors.
We have visitors.
Excellent. Now that you've gone to all this trouble to get here, you should make yourself at home. Relax. Kick up your feet on the tables. I don't care, they have scorch marks on them anyway. Oh, flattery, huh? My favorite pastime, huh? Between you and me, I do have something very special in the vault. Ah, but my jealous heart knows no bounds. I want to keep it all to myself. Tempting. I do love showing off. But my security team will have a heart attack. It would be against all those protocols that I admittedly told them to make. Oh, you do have a point. Really? How flattering. Oh, perhaps you're right. What good is a collection no one else sees? Very well. What's a quick look going to hurt, huh? I know. People look
If
at
it
me
were
and
up to
say,
me,
Petrov,
we
your
wouldn't let
whole
people
ship
on
is a
the ship. We
testament of
haven't vetted
splendor.
personally.
Why do you need a special vault? Well, all I can say is that even the greatest collection needs its own private viewing area. Plus, between you and me, there are thieves everywhere. So I spared no expense. Every door between me and my treasures is paved. But that is the price of security, huh? Que sera? Just a bit further. This ship and I have been through some adventures, I'll tell you. I once collected salvage from a Deimos Celestial class while it was exploding. The crew was scraping scorch marks and bits of metal off the hull for weeks. And of course, there was the time I accidentally
Lord of the Gods
steered
here,
us
bounty
into a
hunters,
UC
smugglers,
Navy
or
vessel
salvagers
after
from
a
the fringes.
particularly uproarious
Sharks,
celebration of my latest acquisitions of fine art. But we were wedged perfectly between their two thrusters and were able to just kind of push them back into the star yard for repairs. And now, the moment itself. Ah, beautiful, isn't it? The man who sold me this told me that it spoke to him. That holding it for the first time was like drowning in your own soul. Alas, I've held it several times, and my soul is still breathing, devoid of any such enlightenment. Oh, no. No. I can't. This one is mine. And it's only fair to warn you. Hands off! I would hate to sour our new friendship by becoming the victim of piracy.
Hey, we're not pirates. Except, well, when we really need something for really, really good reasons. Yeah, that does sound a little piratey, doesn't it?
I'm afraid not. I'm easy in all things, except my collection. What are you? Guards! Oh, wait! I surrender! I surrender! Don't kill me!
You got one chance to back off.
We're only doing what we have to.
Done! Stand down, everyone. Let the nice pirate pass.
Hey, when you get a moment, can we talk?
Get out.
Oh, don't worry about the mess. I'm sure we can find a place to put the bodies.
Now. Get out now. Get out now. Get out Get out now. Get out now. Filthy pirate. We're not gonna forget this.
Damn it, Petrov. I was just getting warmed up.
You're lucky the captain's a coward. If it were me, I'd say we'd go a few more rounds.
Nice to be back.
When the time's right, I'd appreciate a chat.
This is United Colonies Space. Maintain current course while we scan for contraband. Be advised. You have been identified as a known criminal. Respond immediately. I've got special orders. You're coming with me. Stand down and prepare for immediate transport to our vessel. I've been authorized to inform you that you're being transferred to the UC Vigilance. You'll find out more when you get there. Other than that, I'm not at liberty to divulge any additional information. We have orders to transport you and your vessel to your final destination, the UC Vigilance. Any deviation from those orders on your part will be considered an act of hostility and will be met with aggressive force. Smart decision. Stand by to be boarded and transferred.
I'm telling you, the commander's got plans for this loser. Why else would he be going through all this trouble?
I still don't understand why he trusts a criminal. Seems like too much of a risk.
Stop worrying and keep an eye on our guest. I'll be right back.
You just sit tight. The commander wants to have a little chat.
The prisoner's ready, sir.
I hope you're comfortable. We have a lot to discuss. I'm your ticket out of the mess you've gotten yourself into. That's all you need to know for now. Highly perceptive. Let me add that to your list of skills. Speaking of which, let's see what we're working with here. Says here that you spent several years as a soldier. That means you understand how to respect the chain of command. Good. I also see that you've mined on Vectera, and now you're with Constellation. You've certainly been quite busy. Oh, and look at that. Right at the bottom of this list is the criminal incident that landed you in my crosshairs. Good. You'll find that I'm a stickler for details, and I'd hate to discover that your file is incomplete. Now that we have that out of the way, let me introduce myself. My name is Commander Kibwe Ikande, and I'm in charge of this operation for UC SysDev. Are you familiar with what we do? United Colonies System Defense. Does that help you figure out exactly what it is we do? UC SysDev is a division of the UC Navy. While they handle the big picture stuff, we deal with a very particular problem. The Crimson Fleet. That convict is where you enter the picture. No, you don't. Not yet, anyway. We've been prodding at the Crimson Fleet for years, trying to take them down one ship at a time. But we barely scratched the surface. If we can get someone on the inside, we have a shot at finding a loose thread we can pull to bring it all down. If the military rolls in and attacks the Crimson Fleet, we'd have a full-scale war on our hands. That means losses, heavy losses, that the United Colonies can't afford. Not for me, for yourself. Look, I'm going to make this simple. Agree to work for UC SysDev, and together we take down the Crimson Fleet. Refuse, and I tell these guys to throw you into the nearest lockup. Might even tack on an extra few hundred credits to your fine. Well, first of all, we'll forget about the infraction that landed you on the Vigilance. Wipe the slate clean. Better still, depending on how well you do your job, we'll even kick in a few extra credits to offset any cost that the operation will incur. Or you can throw all that away and end up back in jail with a hefty fine attached. Of course you have a choice. It's just stacked in my favor. So, what do you say? You going to work with me, or should I find someone else? Smart choice. I'm going to have one of my men escort you to the operations center. I strongly suggest that you don't give him any trouble. And don't bother trying to leave the ship. I think you'll find all access to the docking area is fully restricted.
All right, let's go. So, you took the op instead of serving the time. Gonna be the commander's new mole, huh? Infiltrating a bunch of pirates. You've got a lot of guts. Still, it makes you wonder, especially with the stories that go around. Like the one about how the fleet deals with informants by lashing them to the hull of a ship, and then slowly letting the air out of their suit. Could you imagine a worse way to go? I know I couldn't. But I wouldn't worry about it. Since the commander handpicked you, I'm guessing you can hold your breath for a really long time, right? Pardon. All right. This is as far as I go. Take the lift up to Ops. Commander Ikande should be waiting for you.
Yes? Excuse me.
Hello. Hey.
Ah, there you are. Excellent. Now that we've established your level of cooperation with us, I want to introduce you to your new home. This is the Operations Center of the UC Vigilance. SysDef's nerve center, dedicated to the destruction of the Crimson Fleet. Which is precisely why we're taking a more clandestine approach. We need eyes and ears inside the Crimson Fleet. Someone who can feed us information, evidence, and expose their weaknesses. The catch is that you can't just knock on their front door and ask for an application. Getting inside is going to take some finesse. Good. I have just the right place for you to start. Our intelligence has managed to find a possible opening into the Crimson Fleet through Saoirse Bowden, one of their contacts. She works for the Trade Authority in Sidonia, so you'll be using a container of Aurora we've loaded on your ship to get her attention. You'd better hope so. Saoirse won't be easy to dupe. Once you bluff your way into the Crimson Fleet, then the operation proceeds to evidence gathering. That's where my second-in-command, Lieutenant Gillian Toft, comes into the picture. She'll explain everything you need to know. Eager to get going? Good. Remember, this entire operation rests on your ability to infiltrate the Crimson Fleet and bring us the evidence we need to take them down. I wouldn't expect any less. Look. Before you begin, I want to make something perfectly clear. As an undercover operative for UC SysDef, you'll be expected to follow our code of conduct and ethics. Allow yourself to stray too far off the path, and you stand a good chance of spiraling out of control. That's what I wanted to hear. Anyway, it's time to hand you over to Lieutenant Toft. She'll brief you about the details of the evidence-gathering portion of the operation. Now, get out of here, and good luck. That's easy to answer. You don't. We'll be monitoring your activities from the Vigilance, and attempting to keep it within your vicinity. When you feel you've gathered enough evidence, and at the completion of your assignments, head back here for a debrief. Beyond that, you're completely on your own. You have your orders.
Yes? What? Howdy.
Just shut up and do as you're told.
Hey. Hello.
All right, we don't have a lot of time, so I need you to listen up. While you're working undercover, it's imperative that you gather as much evidence as possible. If you find any records that look suspicious or incriminating, you bring it to me. Is that understood? Well, you better. Commander Akande's entire operation is resting on your shoulders. I want data slates, computer downloads, handwritten notes. Hell, I'll take anything if it'll get those bastards thrown into the brig. For the sake of the settled systems, I hope you're right. That minor skirmish you had with them on Vectera was nothing compared to the death and destruction those pirates leave behind. If you've seen what I've seen, you'd understand why I'm pushing you so hard. Yes, of course. I'm sorry if I brought up any painful memories. Oh, one last thing. A bit of good news, actually. Commander Akande has authorized a credit disbursement for each piece of evidence that you return, as compensation for your efforts. It's not generous, it's motivational. Commander Akande's idea. All right, we've loaded a container of Aurora into your ship's cargo hold. We're also providing you with a sample you can use to tease the goods. We've cleared your ship for launch. Proceed to Sidonia. Make contact with Saoirse Bowden, and with any luck, she'll point you to the Crimson Fleet. That should do it. You're dismissed. Don't worry, the container's been registered with UC Security, so you shouldn't have any trouble. Even if you're scanned. Of course, if we find out you tried to sell it to someone outside the boundaries of this particular operation, well, I don't think I need to tell you that. We'll be keeping them close at hand until this operation is complete. So, if you're feeling particularly ruthless, you could always head down there and say hello. I'm sure that... Not really, no. I've learned to keep my That's a fine point, but in my defense, I was under orders to make sure we weren't... And honestly, there are far bigger things at stake than my personal feeling. Let's just stick to the job at hand and concentrate. But, maybe we can talk about it some other time, okay? I'll be here if you have any more questions.
Jump successful. Just like your...
You are entering United Colony space. Maintain course and prepare to be scanned. And complete. Enjoy your stay in New Atlantis.
come in! The eye's gone completely dark. I can't reach anyone on the station.
Noel, Starborn, came out of nowhere.
Vladimir, get out of there!
He already left. Said he was going to the lodge. Sarah, she's still breathing, but oh God, all that blood.
Hello, Constellation. Are you there?
Who are you? What did you do to our friends?
They call me the Hunter. And now that I'm here, your part in glimpsing the Unity is over. I'm already on my way. Say goodbye to your friends. It won't be long.
Forget about us! That Starborn bastard is after the artifacts! You can't let him take them! Pack up the collection, move it somewhere they can't find it!
He's right. We need to bunker down here and get those artifacts ready to move. Might need every gun to hold that Starborn off.
What about everyone on the Eye? We can't leave them to die up there.
Can't blame you, but sure could use your help when that Starborn comes knocking.
I don't know how long it's gonna take to pack up the artifacts. I'll get started. Hopefully this will only take a few minutes, if my hands can stop shaking!
Everyone take cover, now.
Where? Do you really expect them to barge through the front door?
Well, I'm not expecting... Them to ring the bell.
Could you all keep it down? I'm trying...